All right, so 3-part coaching series for our bar muscle ups. Now, if you are watching this video, you should be at a point where you can bang out chest to bars easily. If I said go do 5 chest to bars, you can do that. If you haven't got that yet, I would say get to that point. I'm not someone who normally would leave markers, but with a bar muscle up, I just need to know that you're able to create height at will, understand the timing of that pop and push, and then this will make a whole lot more sense. Now, the way we're going to break this down is video 1, which is today, is going to be based around how we jump up into the rig and then the hips to bar, hip drive, hip extension, whatever you want to call it, okay? So, first things first, the initial part of the movement. This is where it's won or lost for me, okay? At this point, if you're close to bar muscle up, then lat strength should be pretty decent, and you should be doing the accessories and strength accessories in order to build the lat strength to get us up and over. So the way that we do this initial part and the amount of time we're able to give ourselves to get a big hip drive is the key. If I see someone get a good hips to bar before they even try bar muscle up, I will know straight away whether they are going to get a rep or they're not going to get a rep, okay? So this part is crucial. Now, in terms of setting ourselves up for going into that initial bar muscle up kip, make sure you are stepping behind the rig. You want to try and create as much momentum as possible. So a big C shape is crucial. So what we mean by that is the first initial part of the movement is going to be jumping to a C. So from here, I'm literally jumping up with my feet out in front. The reason why that's important is because jumping up into that hollow will then allow me to come into a huge arch, which will then give me enough time to do the bit that we're going to talk about in a minute in order to get the hips to the bar, okay? So jump to C is the first thing to practice. Then from there, we jump from the hollow into an arch. So jump to hollow and then arch. So here and here, okay? So we've created the hollow, we're in the arch, and then now it's all about piecing it together to do a hips to bar. Now, in order to understand what we're trying to do here, the easiest way to do it, I'm going to look a bit of a twat doing this, but if I was to sit on the floor, this is a great drill to kind of practice it. You can do a hip hop floor drill. So if you lie down and put your knees into the air, you are going to try and drive your heels into the floor and pop your hips up as hard as you can. Like so. That is what we're trying to create and simulate on the rig, okay? So the next part of the movement is jump to C, arch, knees up. So it'll look like this. Okay? Now when you actually do a bar muscle up, your knees might not come as high, but it's getting you used to driving the knees up first in order to then drive the heels down. You'll hear me all the time say knees up, heels down for your hip drive. Once we have done that, the next step, which is the last step, is jump to C, arch, knees up, heels down, okay? When you drive your heels down, the hips come the opposite way and start to pop. Don't worry about the push yet. Don't worry about the lats. Just understand what is happening with the legs and the hips. In the next part, we'll start to piece it together with the push, okay? So the last part for today, this is what the stage that we should be at the end of this video. Jump to C, arch, knees up, heels down, kick the floor as hard as you can. You can see my hips are starting to get high, and that is without me even having to do anything with my lats yet. All right? So that's part 1.